back?
You.
All right. Episode 8.
Número 8.
Think 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? It is your boy Rupert, and
Mark my world.
bro, where have you been all my life?
Bro, I feel like we haven't seen each other in like forever.
It's been forever, bro.
I'm telling you.
And we're only friends on camera. We don't hang out in late after camera.
Which we got to change because summer's coming up. And I know, but you remember that I ended up inviting you guys to a little kickball at the park.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
day.
we got to get to that again. We are actually going to be starting that back up. And I told the whole family, I'm like, yo, we are getting together. We are going to the park. We are cooking out. And we are playing kickball.
I love kickball. Such
Me
fun.
too, man.
It's what got me into baseball. Like,
Did it really?
I started playing kickball before baseball.
Nice.
After church, we used to play baseball. But guys, what's going on? We are back. Sorry for, what was it, a month, bro?
Yeah, it's been
longer?
a couple of weeks. Yeah, with everyone kind of getting sick with the flu going around.
There's just been so much going on.
It's
But
been nuts.
first of all, my man, how you doing? How
I'm
you
doing good. I'm doing good. Guys, welcome to Disamood Podcast. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast already, what are you doing with your life? Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a follow. Like us on all the social medias. It's at Disamood Podcast.
On everything.
What
Twitter.
we do is just bring you guys value for the entrepreneurs, the dreamers out there that are wanting to pursue more than what their daily 9-to-5 job is. We're here to give you guys insight on how to do that, how to make your dreams come true. Stay tuned if you haven't already. Let's do this.
Yeah, we're bringing you guys along with our journey because we are doing this. We're messing around with things. We're trying new things. We're learning new things.
We're taking baby steps.
And we want to show you our mistakes, our successes, and
That's
just
right.
Just do what we got to do to finally do what we love for a living.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Everybody else is struggling. We struggling. We got to pay bills, unfortunately.
That's true.
But let's do it while we're doing something we love.
Exactly. Why not?
How perfect would that be?
It'd be awesome.
So you're good, bro. Health-wise, everything, family, everything's going good.
Yeah. So after a few weeks of everyone kind of getting sick, like my daughter got sick, came home with the flu, passed it to my wife, passed it to me,
of
kind of
course.
went around the
I
household.
know that.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys went through the same thing, right?
Yeah. We there was first it started with my son.
Oh.
he got the flu, unfortunately.
Kids always bring in the
School,
sickness.
man. It's just school.
It
They're in
is.
school with so
Little
many
snotty
kids.
nosed kids.
And yeah, he gave it to me.
Oh.
This is the worst I've ever gotten.
So you were laid up in bed.
I was in bed for like 3 days, I didn't go to work, wasn't able to go to work. And
Did you like how Paula was like catering at your
Oh
every
yeah,
need?
she did an amazing job catering to me. But like, I didn't really eat. I ate like once a day.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling any of the food. It's just sick. Bro.
Yeah. It's
So,
not the best feeling at all.
I was out for like a week. I wasn't able to do anything. I was just resting and just trying to
recuperate.
recuperate.
I got you. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, first
I
and
am.
foremost.
Yeah, just got a little cough. So if you hear me cough a little bit, ignore that. It's
Guys,
just
he might have the coronavirus.
Speaking of the coronavirus,
Yo,
bro.
what is going on right now?
Dude,
Is it an
man.
epidemic or a pandemic or something like that? Like, it is getting outrageous. Could you
Yeah.
imagine living in China right now?
I can't imagine like everything, like all the medicine, all the what's it called?
Hand sanitizer?
Hand sanitizers going
Yes.
out on stores and
Bro,
stuff.
have you seen like Amazon, I think, was jacking up the prices on hand sanitizer? Like a package of maybe like 10 hand sanitizers
Yeah.
was going for like $200.
What,
Yes.
dude?
Like price gouging.
I need to check out if I have any in my house to sell and post online. Like make some
Start
profit.
making some money, boy. No, but I think all these companies that are doing that, they're called price gouging people or consumers.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They're gonna get fined like millions of dollars.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
So it's getting kind of outrageous.
Can't be
But
doing that.
I was taking a look at also some of the stuff. Obviously, it's all over the news. You know, you
It
can't
is.
really get away from it.
It's everywhere.
there. You know, so I was taking a look at people getting off of a plane in China, and you could just see everyone in like hazmat suits, like just covered from head to toe, glasses, masks, full blown suits. Like it was.
I've seen a couple of memes, bro, of people on the airplanes, and,
Yes.
they're like all suited up just like that.
I would do the same thing, man.
Dude, I was just in a plane. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but I went to Nevada and flew back.
Oh snap!
And I didn't really see any of that,
right?
Because this was prior to it really hitting the United States.
Okay.
Like there was a couple mentions of it, like coming to California or something like that,
right?
But it was just barely hitting. But
well, that's good. Good.
So
were you still kind of a little scared a little bit?
It was in the back of my head, but honestly, I wasn't that scared. It hasn't really hit me. Has it hit you? Like,
Not
are you
really.
worried about the coronavirus right now?
Not really. I mean, you see all these people running to like Sam's and Costco and stuff, like
all that.
stockpiling all these like toilet paper, paper towels, water, and it's like it's not that serious here yet.
Yeah, no, like the only thing that I've done different is just make sure I have hand sanitizer with me because I am driving around, I'm working, I'm visiting different gas stations and stuff like that.
Right.
So I've been more conscious of using a little bit more extra hand sanitizer every now and then.
I gotcha.
But like freaking me out yet, not really worried about it, and I haven't, it hasn't affected anybody in my circle yet. I gotcha. If something were to happen to somebody I know, then I'll probably start like, oh wow, this is real. Like this is real.
I may need to wash my hands twice today. Like that's how real it probably get.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think it can get really? What was that one? Was it a flu? It was something that was like almost like this. I don't think it was as bad.
Ebola?
Ebola, yeah, that was the last one I remember hearing about.
Yeah, I mean, it happens like once a year. There's usually like a huge
Something
virus
going
that
around.
outbreaks or something. And
This one
like,
just took it to the next level.
Yeah, it did. But I think, to be honest with you, I think it's just like a normal flu. Like, it's not anything crazy. Yes, there's people dying, but you know how many people die from the flu every year? Like a ton.
You think the news is just hyping it up a little bit?
Hyping it, bro. Just to get, us scared. And, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, the government always likes to do some crazy stuff.
Conspiracy.
Man. Don't come after us, though, please.
Yeah, I mean, there's a top story on Twitter right now. Coronavirus. Italy is the most affected country in Europe with over 4,500 cases.
Dang. Italy's charting up, boy.
The global number of cases has surpassed 100,000, including more than 3,400 fatalities.
That's pretty crazy.
And it's really, wow.
I can't believe it.
But the good thing is China reports a decrease in numbers of cases. So China's slowing down a little bit.
Well, yeah, nobody's getting out like on the streets and stuff.
That's true. Everybody's just taking their precaution.
Could you imagine being off of work for like 2 months and not being able to go to work? But these employers are still having to pay their employees to go to work. But they're just sitting at home, just trying to stay healthy.
I would like that, bro.
I would
pay me to stay home.
Stay at home, eat nachos.
Yes, please.
Tacos.
But if I wasn't paid, I'd be like, nah, I need to go to work. Y'all screw you up.
Exactly.
I'll do everything.
I'll clean behind y'all. For sure. But speaking of kind of things that are trending right now, did you see what was happening with Post Malone?
Bro, I saw that yesterday, man. It was trending on Twitter.
Yeah, it was trending on TikTok too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like crazy. People were posting videos
of him in concert.
Yes.
And I saw the original videos, and it just looks like he's drugged up.
It looks like he's really
it looks like his eyes are like rolling back. He's just doing.
He's like stumbling and stuff.
He's doing movements that I've seen with previous addicts, and when they're just super high.
Yeah,
and it's pretty common for musicians to do drugs when they go on stage.
Right. I don't know. I guess to get him in the mood or something. But like it looked like he was almost like ODing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's the scary part.
It is. Like to lose someone like that. I mean, he's a really good artist. He produces great content, musically, and to lose someone to drugs who can't really control the substance
We've
abuse.
lost several people, bro,
Michael
the past
Jackson,
couple of years, man.
Amy Winehouse, like all of them, man. It's crazy, but he did address it. He got on like one of his concerts. I think it was like yesterday or something. Yeah. He addressed it in front of like his entire like concert basically. He stopped it and was like, yo, everyone that is concerned for me, I just want to let you know, like, I'm good, I'm not on any drugs, I'm living my best life, and I'm just here, I'm doing my show, and I'm doing what I love. So
yeah, what he said was, I'm not on drugs, I feel the best I've ever effing felt in my life. The 24-year-old rapper said. He didn't say that. That's what the 24-year-old rapper said. I'm reading, guys. And that's why I can't. And he also said, and that's why I can bust my A for the show and effing fall on the floor and do all the fun crap. But for anyone that's concerned here, I appreciate the love and the support, but I feel effing fantastic and I'm not doing drugs. So should we believe him, bro?
I don't know. Because you can see.
It's just those little movements that are typical with like drug addicts when the hand holding like this. I've seen it, bro. I've seen overdoses.
Yeah.
And the eyes rolling back. Maybe he's not doing them. Maybe he's just super into it, which is possible.
Maybe he's performing for his audience.
Yeah, and putting it as an act, but it's better to address it.
It is.
And let them know that, hey, we're seeing this. Are you okay?
Right,
we're seeing this.
Like, hey, I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for y'all's concern.
Even if he's not, just have just a reality check, because it's really, the video's daunting and you can just tell he's on something. He's for sure on something.
Whether he's drunk or on some drugs.
Yeah, whether he's using just a little bit or a lot, he's on something, because it just looks just so typical to other overdoses videos that I've seen.
It looks kind of crazy.
Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's healthy and he's putting on a show and he's feeling his music. He's dropping down. Hopefully that's what it is. But I'd rather be fans just checking.
Yeah, for sure. And prayers out to Post, man. If you, you're probably not going to see this, but I hope everything's going good with you. If not,
he's such a great dude too.
Seek out some help, man. I mean, there's people out there. You're not alone.
And check the people around you. If nobody's telling you anything, you got to get some more people around you that will.
Yeah, for sure. And for those of you that are watching, if you know someone that's currently going through something,
reach out.
Yeah,
reach out and ask. Hey.
Talk to them. They need to hear from you,
because they use drugs to fix something or
cope.
to cope for something.
Yeah.
So it's all about finding out why.
For sure.
Some artists just use it just to get creative, but it's whenever you go past that line.
Right.
It
starts taking over your life. So, speaking of concerts, did you hear that? Due to everything kind of breaking out, like South by Southwest is being canceled due to the coronavirus. Coachella is like potentially getting shut down.
Man.
Like there was this one chick, right? She'd said she was like crying in tears because she was like, I just spent $6,000 on a VIP ticket on my Airbnb and it's all non-refundable. Like you're out $6,000. $6,000.
Sucks, man.
I would be upset.
Oh, dude, all that money. And there's such great shows too. So everybody's always pumped and excited.
For sure.
Bro, it's just, it's crazy. Let's take a break, check on commercials.
Yes.
And commercials. What did
I
sponsors, bro. It's been so long. Let's check for any sponsors. And thank you to our non-sponsor.
No, none right now.
All right.
We'll be right back, guys.
Be back, guys. And we're back, guys. Now,
all right. Sorry. So that was a little crazy.
Yeah, a little transparency. Mark was just getting a call right now.
Yeah, my phone was like blowing up like crazy. And it was my son.
And I noticed it, so I was like, okay, let's take a break because something obviously is going on.
Yeah, my son doesn't usually just call me he'll call me once and be like, hey, he didn't answer, text me later or whatever. But he called me like 3 or 4 times and I kept having to decline it because we were in the middle of recording this.
Yeah.
So he calls me, he's like, hey, Dad, someone just hit our Tahoe. And I'm like, what? And he was like, yeah, they went to go shopping or whatever, him and his mom, or him and my wife. And so he said that they were driving and some lady, I guess, like hit him in the back. And we'll insert some photos.
Send them over and I'll put them in there. But the good thing is that they're okay.
Yes, right? Everyone is safe. So he was like, what do I do? What do I do? This lady doesn't have her driver's license. How do I take care of this? I'm like, call 911, get someone over there so that way they can file a police report and get everything situated. As long as everyone's okay, we're good. We're golden. Everything materialistically can be replaced. So,
yeah, for sure. Obviously, this is a good note overall.
Yeah.
Check on whoever was in the vehicles. Make sure everybody's okay. Call 911 if you see something crazy right away.
Yeah.
Make sure you take lots of pictures and videos, which you told him to do. And just, get a police report involved if it's a pretty decent accident.
Amount of damage, too.
Yeah. So, because you just never know what kind of people are out there just trying to not pay for mistakes they did and stuff like
exactly.
That's great. So, that's transparency for you guys. Sorry, the last, coming into break, it was a little
crazy.
Because I saw that. So, I was like, let's figure out what's going on.
Well, I appreciate that, bro.
But, let's get back to And back to work.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this, because I know that whenever you were out for our past couple of weeks that you've been out,
Yeah.
you actually did a couple of side gigs, and one of those was actually in a hangar, like a video that you did in a hangar.
Yeah, bro. I did a show that's called In the Hangar.
Okay.
And it's actually in a studio, not in an actual airplane hangar.
Okay, I got you.
So, it was really, I've been doing the show. This is the show, I don't know, I've mentioned a couple times in a couple episodes. The first, first or second or third, gig I got into production. It was a free, I went to go work for free.
I remember you told us.
Voluntary. And, just to get the ball rolling.
Get your feet wet in the industry.
Ever since then, I've been working with this serendipitous company who creates films, commercial films for companies. And, I've been working with him. He started paying me. And now we went to go shoot this episode again because he's been doing really good on YouTube with his airplane videos.
Sweet.
His name is Dan.
Shout out, Dan.
Excuse me. His name is Dan. His YouTube channel is called Taking Off.
Okay.
This series is called In the Hangar, which is what he shoots. So he does studio videos where he does in studios. He brings in different kind of airplane enthusiasts, fellow YouTubers who are into airplanes. There's a guy who lives down south who has hundreds and thousands of followers on YouTube.
Really?
And he does really cool airplane videos. He's very cinematic too. I really like him. But yeah, he brings other YouTubers in. He brings in people who are professional in the industry, mechanics, other pilots, commercial pilots, and he interviews them and have a good conversation. So I'm there working the cameras, helping him out.
That's pretty awesome.
And he's been doing really good. And then he also does another series, which is videos of him actually flying the plane, him talking about the plane. And I've been in those videos.
Really?
And just it's been really cool to be able to do that. It's the first time I ever get into small planes was with him.
So I've never been in a small plane before. Like, how is it compared to being in a big plane?
Let me tell you.
Is it scary?
It's at first, you know what? It is. It's scary.
Don't let me front, man. It's scary.
Yeah. It's in the back of my head. I'm not like freaking out. I've seen some people really freak out.
You ever think about like that show La Bamba, where he's like,
I've never seen it.
Are you? Bro.
La Bamba?
La Bamba.
Yeah, never
Richie
seen
Valens?
It. The movie?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I gotta get this guy
it's
to watch.
It's a movie, not a show, right?
It's a movie. It's called La Bamba.
Okay, I've seen the movie. I don't know what part you're talking about.
Okay, so it's kind of like towards the end of the movie, Richie Valens gets in the airplane. They're traveling to another show, and the airplane is like a small little Cessna or whatever, but the airplane ends up crashing like mid-flight or whatever.
That's how he dies?
That's how he dies.
I don't think I saw the ending.
Him and like Billie Holiday.
My wife loves that movie, by the way. And that's why I know about it. I just don't think I've ever finished it.
Yes.
But
anyway, sorry, back to it. So the airplane at first is a little scary. But
yeah. I've been in a couple of his videos where we fly up.
Okay.
Where we fly and I'm in the pilot seat next to him. I've flown the plane, bro.
What?
I've flown the plane by myself.
So you're learning how to fly a plane.
I'm learning. I could fly the plane in autopilot.
Yo, so whenever we start doing I just got that. Whenever we start doing shows and we are going to different places doing these podcasts, you're gonna fly our plane, bro.
In autopilot.
On autopilot.
Yeah, bro. So I can fly the plane in it's really easy.
Is it?
In these we've gone like to Connecticut with this small plane.
Oh, wow.
From Texas. So in that trip, he needs to take a break. He needs to rest.
Yeah.
Take a nap.
Stretch
so
the
while he
legs
takes
a
a nap, I would be in charge of the plane, and all I really have to do, it's on autopilot. It's going by itself. It knows what it's doing. I just got to make sure nothing goes bad.
So are you just kind of like bug-eyed, open, just like looking at everything, or is it just like soothing and relaxing and satisfying to watch?
At first, it's bug-eyed, but he explains everything you need to watch for, like pistons getting hot.
Okay.
They shows dials of each piston, making sure they're not getting hot. You have to, every certain amount of time, people check in with you, like, hey, you got to check in what altitude you're in, how fast you're going, where you're going.
Nice.
So I learned how to do that and hit the mic.
But how does something like that sound? Like, what do you got to say?
It's gonna kill me. But you have a call sign of the airplane, and I can't remember it right now. But they'll come on the mic and tell you, You sometimes because sometimes when you're traveling such a distance, you have to change frequencies.
Okay.
Because you're going somewhere else. So they'll call you, say, hey, change to so and so frequency.
Okay.
And check in. So you dial it in and you check in, and then you got to press a button and call in and check yourself in. Hey, this is so and so. I'm at 5,000 altitude, 50,000 altitude, whatever you're at.
Right.
And you tell them the heading you're going to, and they'll tell you, okay, adjust to this heading because they might have traffic coming in.
Yeah, like another airplane.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
need you to go this way, and then I'll move you back. So it's stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, his channel is all about the pilot stuff, all about the airplane stuff. So you guys interested in that, want to get into pilot, want to learn how to be a pilot. It's really cool. Your private pilot's license, which I may get eventually, bro. When I'm older and have more time, it'll be something really cool.
Buy your own airplane.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can get one for like $80,000.
That's not bad, dude.
Which is not crazy for an airplane.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to keep up with it.
It's like a Corvette.
Yeah, a nice Corvette.
One that'll actually fly faster than a Corvette.
Yeah, bro. Awesome. So, it's really interesting. You can go check out the YouTube channel. You'll see me in a couple of videos. Like I'm in his most viewed video now.
Really?
Which was, speaking of this, the Kobe. We talked about the Kobe accident.
Oh yeah.
We talked about the Kobe accident.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kobe. He died after we did our last episode. So man, Kobe was just it hit me hard.
Did it really?
It hit me hard. Like it may be the one that's hit me the most.
Why do you think it hit you the hardest, though?
It's just the fact that it can happen to anybody and nobody's safe. This guy was one of the greatest to do it in basketball. He was living his best life finally with his daughter.
Yep.
He's retired. He's enjoying everything that he's worked for. And bam, everything was taken away. And then what made it even worse is that his daughter was with him.
It does.
Dude.
It does make it worse.
It
man.
really affected me and just really made me look back. I've had people, famous actors die that I've known about.
Right.
And I'm not even a big basketball game, dude. Like, I love my Mavericks, and I keep up with the Mavericks.
Right.
And obviously, you hear about LeBron and Kobe. You've seen them. I've seen them play.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm a big, huge basketball fan.
Yeah.
But this one just, for some reason, it gave me the goosebumps. It just hit me, and it's just that feeling of it can happen to anybody. Nobody's safe.
Yep.
You are not safe.
When it's your time to go, man, it's your time to go. God's calling you home, man.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy. I was into it. I was keeping up with it. I was like, why? Why did this happen?
Yeah.
What happened? Especially since I've been flying in those planes and all that stuff. And then turns out the day after Kobe died, we had to go do a job down south, Texas.
Oh, no.
I had to get on the small plane. And the day we were taking off, there was fog, bro.
Oh,
thick
my
fog.
gosh. I'd have been scared.
Bro,
I'd have been terrified.
I was nervous.
I would have been.
I was nervous, bro. I was nervous. And
how did you handle that?
Yeah, I wrote it down because I knew I wanted to talk about this on the podcast.
All right, so let's hear it.
So I'm going to read what I wrote down. It may not be perfect, but I'll go off of it. So we were flying down to Houston. It was in my mind after the Kobe event. 'Cause even driving up to the airport, I was like, man, it's foggy. Like, how is this going to be?
Yeah.
But there was fog in the morning and takeoff, and it was giving me a pit in my stomach. Dan was really confident, and I've seen him fly in the dark and pass through fog and clouds, which we do all the time. So that's what helped me. That's what made me like say, yes, I'll go.
Yeah.
Because we've flown at night, and flying at night is really similar to flying in the dark in the fog. Because when you're in the fog, dude, it's just white around. It reminds me of that scene in Jurassic Park where they're flying, where they're in the parachute thing, and they fly through the fog, and you can't see anything around. And when they come out, the boat's all messed up because the dinosaur attacked it, and they were stuck. So that's what it reminds me of, because it's white all the way around. And the thing that messes up pilots, small planes in the fog, is that if you're not instrument rated, which is you fly the plane you can fly the plane just using the instruments.
Okay.
A lot of pilots, to begin with, they get their VFR.
Okay.
Which is, it's one of those, don't kill me pilots, but it's when you can fly the plane just using your eyes.
Okay.
Like, you can just use your eyes. The thing about that is that you can't fly in the clouds. You cannot fly in the clouds. If clouds are coming, you have to go up or down.
Wow.
Or turn around. You cannot fly in any kind of different weather other than just a sunny, bright day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't. It's illegal. If you don't have your license for an instrument rating, which is you can fly the plane, you don't have to look up. You can fly the plane just using the instrument.
That's pretty cool.
And the key thing with that is that the instruments will tell you if you're leveled, where you're going, what direction. But the people you're talking to on the towers are the people who are giving you the directions. You have to do everything they say.
So you're being guided by someone
They're
else.
your eyes.
Wow.
They see you on a screen and they'll tell you, go this direction, go that direction.
Go up, go
and
down.
You gotta make sure you're going that direction.
Wow.
And that's how they keep you from crashing into somebody, even though you can't see anything. But the instruments is what tells you if you're level, what if you're turning or whatever. So the mistake a lot of small pilots do is they're only visual.
Okay.
And they run into an different type of weather they weren't expected to. And they start freaking out. It's like, oh my God, now I can't see anything. Oh my God.
Because they've never been through it.
And when you're flying in in that fog or the clouds, bro, you cannot feel where up or down is.
Really?
It will your body will deceive you.
Oh my God.
The body will deceive you.
So you got to record some of this stuff so that way we can see it.
I have video of me flying through the clouds.
Let's insert it somewhere.
I'll insert it down below, and you'll see me coming out of going into the clouds, and I go in, and it's just nothing but white.
Really?
But I've had instances where that day we were in the fog. I got to check if I got actual video of us in the fog. I have of us landing and taking off. But in the fog, you cannot tell if you're diving straight into the ground, if you're going straight out, bro. So
is that scary for you, though?
It is. That's the scariest part, bro. That's the scariest part because I'm like depending on my pilot, Dan, to know his instruments, to know that his instruments were working.
And they're not going to fail him.
Yes. And that day, he was having a little glitch with one instrument, which is the one that tells you if you're leveled. There was a little glitch, but he has a backup to a backup.
Okay.
But I just don't know how good the backup is. He does. He knows they're perfectly fine. But in my head, I see something not working right. It makes me nervous.
Oh, yeah.
As somebody who's not a pilot.
For sure.
So he has a digital one, and he has one that's like built in the actual plane.
Right.
Which is used with different instruments. So the digital one was the one that was that's like messing up. And I'm like, oh my God, is he correct? Is the backups working?
Yeah.
Are the backups working fine? Can we trust them?
Yeah, exactly.
So that was the only thing that was scaring me because other than that, I would have been fine.
Man.
But it's just a pit in my stomach, and it was definitely freaking me out.
Well, I'm glad you made it back safe. We're glad to have you here.
Yeah, and the fog. Let me continue reading here. Takeoff was smooth. Right about 800 to 1,000 feet, the fog cleared up.
That's not bad.
It was just a layer. It was just a layer. And once we got out the fog, bright, sunny, perfectly
beautiful.
Fine. Yes.
Wow.
And off we were. But in Houston, we saw there was fog also.
Oh, dang.
So landing is another thing, bro. And here's the trick. So again, I felt pretty confident, but as someone who does not fly in small planes a lot, there was still a knot in my stomach, especially when we started to descend and it went into fog. So now we were up to like 10,000 feet flying. We're climbing back down, and we got to go through fog again. Land. Flying using only the instruments until we broke away from the clouds at only 200 feet. So there's a certain limit to where the fog can be for you to land.
Okay.
Because you cannot land if you can't see the
runway.
The runway, even with autopilot. The autopilot can't land you.
Wow.
It can't. You have to land the plane. So if the fog is all the way to the ground, you cannot land. You got to fly somewhere far to land on another airport.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you cannot land.
What if you run out of gas?
That's a trick, bro. Luckily there's a lot more small airports than you know.
Okay.
Flying on these trips, there's airports pretty much common. There's some areas where there's not.
They're like gas stations.
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. But here, like in Texas, there's a lot of little, small, even private airports.
Right.
And you could even land on a big patch of grass. Like for emergencies, like, hey, I'm running out of grass. There's nothing but fog. I gotta land.
There's nothing
but
frogs, guys. We're running out of grass.
So we were at the limit.
Okay.
Under 200 feet.
Right.
You cannot land.
Ooh.
We were right at the limit. The fog was at 200 feet.
Dang.
So once we came out of the fog, we had 200 feet to find the runway, adjust, and land.
Was that scary?
It was. That was very scary, especially because on the first one, we missed.
Oh my! Like your first try?
The first try we landed,
Oh, heck
we
no.
missed. We were coming down. We broke out of the fog. Oh crap! The runway's more over there. He had to adjust. He was coming in too fast, and he tried landing, but he saw he was going too fast. We had to pull up and bail.
Dude, I would have been like, my heart would have been racing. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I had to bail, and so yeah, we had to turn around and land again. This time, I
Wow.
think he went a little bit farther out to have a
Okay.
little bit more time.
Okay.
And then we broke out of the fog, and luckily we were pretty close to the runway. Just had to move a little bit to the left,
Yeah.
and we landed.
Nice.
And it was good. Landing was fine. It's just the breaking out of the fog and trying to figure out where you're at. Dude.
That'd have been scary.
That's the
as
trickiest
heck,
part, man. That's the trickiest part.
So to kind of what else, like, to kind of like wrap up the like afterwards? So like after you landed, obviously a sense of relief.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, are you still going to be scared if you have to go through that again?
It's gonna be in the pit of my stomach,
Right.
But I won't be like scared, worried, like looking out.
Okay,
I'm pretty
okay.
chill. I'm pretty good on not showing emotion, but it is gonna be in the back of my head,
Right.
Because I'm still kind of new. I don't take many flying trips like that very often.
For sure.
A couple times a year, but you know, some of these pilots do it all the time. They're flying so many hours,
Yeah.
so for them it's nothing. He didn't seem very worried. He didn't show signs of panic. He was very concentrated.
That's good.
Focused on what he was doing, and you know it's pretty fun, and I enjoyed it. But yes, there was a pit in my stomach, especially because of the Kobe thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially the
Well, let
Kobe
me end it with this. So, you know, Kobe left his legacy, right? And one of the quotes that stuck with me the most was, the most important thing, this is per Kobe, the most important thing is to try and inspire people so they can be great at whatever they do.
Amen, bro.
So
Amen.
hopefully that sits in y'all's head and in y'all's heart.
Exactly what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
With you guys.
Inspire you guys and motivate you to be the best person that you can. So let's take a break and check
Yeah,
to
bro.
see who our sponsors
Let's
are.
check for sponsors, bro. We've
All
been on a
right.
break. We're coming back,
see.
and
Who-
finally,
Who is it?
our sponsor is.
Bro, I have nothing.
It's empty,
Absolutely, like not one thing.
bro. Can you
Like
be
the-
our sponsor for
There's
$1?
no. I will.
Yes. This episode is sponsored by Mark.
Yes.
We'll be back. Hey guys, Mark, thank you for sponsoring that
Oh, I
session,
appreciate
bro.
it. Yeah,
Go
yeah.
check out his social media. Follow him.
Mark my
TikTok.
world, baby.
He's doing TikTok reactions now. I saw
yes,
him,
they're
bro.
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Dude.
Go check him out on his YouTube channel. All right, bro.
So what's next? Let's talk about something fun.
Bro, well, tomorrow, daylight savings.
Oh snap!
That's
guys.
when we lose an hour, right? Of sleep.
So it's gonna be spring. So you spring forward.
Oh man.
So you're gonna lose an hour of sleep tonight. So for those that don't know, what's today's date? The 7th. So
Yes.
3/7. So tomorrow is 3/8. This video will probably be going up a little bit later than that, but it is daylight savings. So everyone that's losing an hour of sleep, man.
Congrats, guys, on losing an hour of sleep. I bet you felt it. Don't tell me you did it.
Yes.
Unless you're working from home and can wake up whenever you want.
Then you're
Yeah,
okay.
you're pretty much good, bro. Also, baseball season is coming up, bro.
Oh,
I'm excited for that.
yes.
Finally.
I know.
I think I'm gonna be targeting baseball content this year, bro.
Are you?
I've been thinking and doing some stuff.
You
and
should.
Also, bro. Also,
Tell me.
I'm starting to collect baseball cards again.
Are you?
Yes.
I might have some for you if you want.
Really?
Them. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. I went to a garage sale and I bought, this guy just had a huge box of just cards, just everything, football, baseball, basketball. And he was like, hey, $5 for the whole thing. And I was like, no way. Yeah, I'm talking like, it was a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of baseball videos, bro. A lot of baseball collectors videos.
Okay.
And I've had a couple cards.
Are these like really good cards?
And what I found out was that I have a card that could be worth a couple $100.
What?
Which is a signed, autographed Alex Rodriguez card.
What?
Cracker Jack. It's gonna be right here. If it's not good, I'll put a close up of it.
Dang.
It's 1 of 50.
Holy crap.
I've had this for years, bro. I think since 2010, I had a good friend give it to me. He knew I was an Alex Rodriguez fan and a baseball fan. He was like, hey, look, I found
That
this.
is awesome.
So it could have been worth a couple $100.
But you touched it.
Dude, it works like that. Trust me.
Does it really?
Yes. And it may still be worth a couple $100, maybe
Okay.
$100, maybe a little bit less. But since I've beaten it up so far, which to somebody, that looks like a good card.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not
to
bent
somebody
or
it's a-
anything.
No, this is a horrible condition card according to the
Really?
experts because the corners like that bent a little bit. Yeah, there's a small crease right around here. You can tell right there.
Oh, yeah.
Stickers chipped off a little bit. And if I would have known this was a couple $100, bro, I would have put it in a nice case and stuff. But I didn't know because I didn't really collect cards like that back in the day. I liked baseball cards, and I have several. None of these are special. These are just your common cards. Nothing crazy.
Right.
But I do have to put this in the case because a lot of card collectors are like mad at me right now for even handling this right now.
As he's like flipping it back and forth.
When you get a nice card and you know it's a nice card, bro, you get it. It's called a one touch.
Okay.
You touch it once from the packet and you immediately put it in the case.
Wow.
Especially when it's a card worth thousands or hundreds of dollars.
Right.
Because it loses value if you bent it, get it dirty, even scratch the surface.
Put your little oils on there from your fingertips.
Yeah, you get a grade from 1 to 10. And 10 is like the perfect. 9.5 is also acceptable.
Like immaculate.
Yeah. And also something that a lot of people don't know is that the card has to be centered. If this card is not centered right, they won't give you a good grade. So sometimes, card printing cards doesn't come out perfect sometimes.
Yeah.
So they have some a little bit leaning to the left, a little bit left, and that will degrade your card and won't make it as valuable.
That's crazy.
And when a card comes out to a perfect 10, the value of it goes like
but 1
50
of 50
times over.
though, that's still
one
really
of 50,
good.
which is why I think, and I've gotten comments. I've asked some people, it's on a Facebook group with baseball cards, what they think. Some have come up with, it's probably worth $50-$60. Some
That's
have come
still
up
really good.
with, some have said a couple hundred. Some people have said, don't listen. It doesn't matter. The condition is still a rare card. Because I've looked online on eBay and I haven't seen one like this.
Really?
I haven't. The other 50, I don't know where they're at. But I have not seen one like this. So, yeah, bro. And I don't know if you've been watching Gary Vee lately.
A little bit.
But he's been talking about baseball cards.
Yeah.
And he's been pushing baseball cards. And there's potential to invest money and make some money on baseball cards, which
maybe the next side
one of the
business.
main reasons I want to do this is for my son.
Okay.
He's into baseball. Have we talked about that yet? I don't think we have.
Not really, no.
He started baseball practices.
Nice.
He's going to play baseball for the first time this year.
That is awesome.
Baseball dad, bro, which I know you were.
Yes.
And you're an expert on that. So I'm excited and I can't wait to go to his games.
It's like the most proudest feeling whenever your kid gets into the sport that you really love and have a passion for, because you get to instill that passion inside of them as well.
Yes, bro. And I'm excited. He's liking it. He loves it.
Yeah.
If he ever decides to get out of it, that's fine. He doesn't like it anymore. I'm not going to be pushing him into baseball. I would love for him to play baseball, at least pay for his college, go to the MLB's, the ultimate dream as a father.
That'd be sick.
And that'll be sick. Have my boy Mark next to me coming to the games.
Eating popcorn.
At the booth and stuff. So, yeah. So that's, and he's got baseball cards of himself. So I want to start collecting with him, going and trying to find some cool cards. But also, there's good money to be invested in baseball cards, like Gary Vee has said, because if you buy the good legends, the Michael Jordans, the Alex Rodriguez, they're not going to lose value. So it's like saving your money, and as long as you're taking care of that card, it's going to grow up in value over the time. So it's a good way to save a couple $100, $1,000.
Yeah, invest some money.
Yeah. Buy them Luka cards right now, because Luka cards are going for $1,000.
Really?
Right now. Yeah, they're going way up.
Holy crap!
And they're only going to keep going up after. So that's what I've been into lately. So yeah, I'm thinking about creating more content around baseball, because baseball is what I love to do, and creating content is something I love to do. So adjusting for that, working with that.
Do it, bro. Do it.
And yeah, baseball season is coming up. I'm excited. Texas Rangers brand new stadium. Have you seen some pictures of it, bro?
I have. It looks beautiful.
Man, I cannot wait. I'm trying to go to opening day.
Are you?
If anybody wants to take me to opening day with them, I'll make a video for you about it.
We'll talk about it on the
edit
podcast.
it for you. You can have something to remember by. Take me with you, please. Because they're not selling them online. You have to buy packages, like a 20-pack, and then they'll include opening day there. I'm sure there's going to be some online eventually at eBay or something.
Yeah.
But they're going to be pretty pricey. So,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can go to opening day, because I've never been to an opening day.
Neither have I.
And what better than the first time on this new stadium?
That would be sick.
That'll be sick. So hopefully I can attend it, bro.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of first time, so my son came to me yesterday and was like, "Dad, I gotta tell you something." I'm like, "What's up?" And he goes, "I want to get a tattoo."
Oh.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me? That is awesome." So tell me your tattoo idea.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay. He's 18. He's got, he can make his own decisions.
Yeah.
Again, you're not a grown man, but you're a young adult. you know, and you're going to do it whether I want you to or not. You can obviously just walk into any tattoo shop and be like, yo, I want this.
Do you have, let me ask you a question, because I'm sure a lot of people can react to this.
Okay.
Is there anybody in your family or anything about your religion that would be against that?
No.
Okay.
My grandmother, when she was still alive, was like kind of against tattoos and stuff because of, you know,
of course,
religion.
A lot of parents
like
were
that.
back in the day.
Yeah. And, but my dad couldn't be a hypocrite because, you know, he's got a tattoo. He's got a big spider tattoo on his hand.
What? Really?
Yeah, and I've grown up with it, so to me, it doesn't even, I don't even see it anymore, you know?
Okay.
But he sees it, and he's like, oh, you know, I want to get it covered up and blah, 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 or taking it off or whatever. So whenever I wanted to get a tattoo, he was really just scrutinizing me. He was like, are you sure you want to get a tattoo?
Really?
I was like, yeah.
He was being your dad.
Oh,
and like checking up. Are you sure this is the right decision?
So check this out. So he got so mad at me because one day I was working in construction, and I was like, you know what? I want a tattoo. So one of my cousins at the time, this sounds so bad. One of my cousins at the time did jail time and was a tattoo artist in jail.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to trust any of his tools because, you know, they're makeshift, right? But I was like, I will buy you a brand new tattoo gun, all the needles, everything. Buy it for you if you would just give me a tattoo. He was like, all right, done. So I bought him everything. He did a tattoo. It was a cross and it had like rays coming out the side of it, right? Kind of religious. And so I had it like right directly on my back in the middle of it, right at the top. And I got home and my dad looks at it. I'm like, hey, Dad, I got a tattoo. Check it out. He looked at it and he was like, are you an idiot?
Your dad or your son?
My dad.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I was like, no. He goes, you know what? I'm going to take you to go get this tattoo done correctly and fixed to where you love it. I was like, all right, cool.
Why? Did it look bad or did
Kinda.
it? Okay.
Kinda.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
it was straight. Everything was proportioned right, but it was kind of bland.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
It almost looked like a cross with like in the shape of a coffin.
Oh,
it's kind of weird.
Okay. That makes sense.
So we went down to a place on Harry Hines and took me to this like biker bar or whatever. And
I think I've seen that.
A place in the back. It's called Strokers.
Because I work on Harry Hines.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we went in the back and the guy drew it up for me real quick. And I told him what I wanted. I wanted like a guardian angel and just like wings and everything else and armor of God and everything going on. So he did that. My whole back is done now. So like I went from this little bitty piece right here to like my entire back being done.
You got your back done, bro?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen your back.
Yeah.
I might have to check it out.
And then I ended up getting this one right here. It says, I would rather walk with God in the darkness than to go alone in the light.
Nice.
And so, you know, when my son brings this to me, I'm like, hey, just do something that you're passionate about that means something to you because this is going to be on your body for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's not. Hopefully, he doesn't pick nothing that's a phase. That's just trending right now.
Tell me
he
why.
gets a TikTok tattoo.
I know. Tell me why my son comes to me and he goes, Dad, I want to get a bicep tattoo on this side and a bicep tattoo on this side. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know, what are you going to get? And he goes, a butterfly and a bee. And I was like, what?
Why?
Why a butterfly and a bee? And he goes, float like a butterfly,
sting like a bee.
And I was like, what the heck are you talking about?
Oh, man. It's a good concept, except it could be done better.
I said, son, you're not even a boxer. Like, you're not even a fighter right now. Like if we throw down, like, you wouldn't be able to take me, okay? So screw your butterfly and your bee, okay? And he's like, no, but it resembles Muhammad Ali. And I said, tell me something about Muhammad Ali. He's like, he's a fighter. And I go, exactly. So why are you getting a butterfly and a bee? And he couldn't come up with it. But ultimately, he started doing some research. And he's like, so a butterfly is like a symbol of life and just living a good life and everything else. And I was like, okay. So anyways, I just told him he's going to have a lot of people asking questions like, what did you get that for?
Yeah.
And you're going to have to explain that to him. Because every time I show someone my tattoos, they're like, oh, why'd you get that? Or what does that resemble? Or what does it represent to you? Or whatever. And every tattoo for me has a meaning.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's what I want too, because I don't have any right now.
Okay.
But I told myself I wanted to get one for my 30th birthday, the day.
Bro, we're going to get Disamood Podcast. No, but anyways,
which was, last year in August, I turned 30. and I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford it because I didn't want to rush it. I didn't want to get something cheap. I wanted to pay good money for my first tattoo.
Yeah.
So I'm eventually going to do it before I turn 31. So this year I'm going to do it.
I'm going to go and videotape
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
so
You're going to come record it. We'll talk about it. I'll show you guys. But I'm excited. And I just hope.
Do you know what you're going to get?
Man, there's so much stuff. It's going to have to do with my dad, baseball, family, and following the dreams. I'm trying to tie it in that because I want to start one with something a couple inches big.
Wait, so you're going on your forearm
for my first one?
What?
And I may do a half sleeve eventually.
So are you gonna go half sleeve up right here, like from your elbow?
Half sleeve down.
Oh,
yeah, the half sleeve down. So, but I'm gonna start with one. So I have to think of the whole thing.
But you're okay because here's the thing. My dad always told me, he was like, "Mijo, you never want to get a tattoo where other people can see it at the beginning." Okay. And I said, well, why?
I've heard that. Yeah.
And he's like, because if you get into the business world, people don't take you serious. And I guess he's, lived it obviously with the spider on his hand.
Yeah.
And so he's like, people don't take you serious. They question you. They kind of just look down on you. So my question to you is, are you sure about getting a tattoo on your forearm or on the lower half of your arm?
Yeah, I'm sure, bro. And I've heard that before, and I just think the stigma is going away.
I think so too.
I think tattoos are coming more commonly.
Yeah.
We have businessmen like Gary Vee wearing sweaters and beanies to meetings with important people. And as long as I'm not having like skulls or some demonic stuff, naked lady stuff on my arm, I don't think it'll be affected. Every tattoo is gonna have a deep meaning for me and my family. It's gonna be something good. I'm not gonna get no skulls or fire or demons on myself or anything like that. So I think I'll be good, but I've thought about it. I just think the stigma is going away from it. I don't think it's as crazy as it used to be.
I agree.
But I've told my mom about it. She seems iffy about it. I have religious father and mother-in-law who probably prefer me not to get it, but won't hate me if I do. And I'm excited, and I hope your son is he actually gonna go through with it?
I don't know, man, to be honest with you. I mean, he's pretty adamant about saving money for things that he wants to do.
Yeah.
So I think that if he puts his mind to it, he's gonna obviously get a tattoo.
Has he mentioned it before in any other prior?
I think he's mentioned it maybe like once or twice. Okay. But like I think last year he was like, "Oh yeah, I want to get a saxophone on me," and I'm like, "Why?
Why is saxophone?"
He's like, "Because I play saxophone." I'm like, "But why would you get a tattoo of a saxophone?" And he's just like, I don't know. I enjoy it. And I'm like, you gotta think about these type of things,
that's
man.
it. Because I've been thinking about getting a tattoo for past 5-7 years.
Okay.
Like I've been wanting one.
Some thought into
I've been wanting one. And I've told myself, okay, let's just put it off.
Right.
If you keep wanting it, then you'll get it.
Yeah.
It's been 5-7 years. I still want one. I still like how they look. I like what they resemble. I like the fact that I can look down on my arm and remember where I came from, remember what I'm working for. And that's mainly, I like the one that Casey has on his arm.
Casey Neistat?
Yeah.
Work hard?
Yeah, work hard. Like that's something that you can look down and be like, yeah, work hard. I need to work harder.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the arm placement on the forearm, because whenever you're down, just thinking about life, look down at your arm, and remember what you're working for, what you're fighting for.
Yeah,
sure. Stuff like that. But tattoos.
Sometimes I forget I even have my back tattoo because I don't really get a chance to see it. Only like when I get out of the shower or something, I'm like drying off, I turn around or something, I'm like, oh snap, I forgot my whole back done.
My whole back is done. I didn't even know your whole back was done, bro.
Yeah. I want to get honestly the sleeves and everything done as well. I might, and I've been telling my son and my wife that I've been wanting a new tattoo like ASAP. So I don't know. Maybe when you go, I might get another one too.
We might have to get one together.
Dual tattoos.
Oh man.
So I don't know, man. I'm excited though.
All right, bro. Let's break for one more time, because we did something really cool.
Yes, we did
the other day, which was we attended an opener for the XFL, bro. XFL. We'll talk about that when we come back. For this one, let's see who's going to sponsor this episode. Can you check, bro, please?
Hold on.
Please. Do you have another $1, bro?
I think I got $1. Hold on. I think
check
I can
if you got
sponsor
$1,
this.
bro. If not, I may have $1.
I got $1.
Oh, there we go. Another
it.
sponsorship by Mark.
Let's go.
We'll be right back. Thank you for sponsoring that.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's the best I can do, man.
Hey, check them out. Social media. Hit them up. Say thank you. Anyways, yeah, like we were talking about, bro, we went to a home opener.
Oh, man. XFL home opener game, Dallas Renegades.
Renegade.
Hey,
do you know the dance?
I don't. I just know it's like ha, ha, and then it's like doon, doon, doon. Like
This is the
shaking your
one
butt.
that girl got caught dancing in the car, ain't it?
Is it?
I think.
Oh yeah.
Where somebody recorded her outside.
Yeah, some like random lady was recording this chick recording
That's messed
herself
up, bro.
doing a TikTok.
She was
It was
so
pretty funny.
embarrassed.
She's like, I cannot believe I just got caught.
Yeah, so the XFL, bro. You remember the old one?
I don't.
So back in the day, it was
Okay.
I want to say 2000. Correct me in the comments.
All right.
But there was the WWE.
Okay.
What's the owner called?
Something McMahon.
McMahon, yeah. Something McMahon. He wanted to create a football league. So he created the XFL, which was this crazy out of the world football league where you had some cheerleaders wearing some even sexier things than what they have now in the NFL.
Dang.
Like crazy. You had some dudes who were just big and brawly, just big old huge mean dudes playing football.
Yeah.
The rules weren't as strict as regular football, so there were some nasty hits. You could talk people, you could talk trash. You had names on jerseys where you could put whatever you wanted.
Really?
Yeah, so it was very raunchy. It was very crazy. The main problem of it was that the football wasn't good quality.
Okay.
The actual gameplay.
Right.
Because they had a whole bunch of bums who weren't that good, who didn't really
Just like
play.
the C team players.
Yeah, just some bad players. And the rules weren't all that great.
Right.
So,
Now the rules are different though from normal NFL in the XFL.
yes, on this new one, yeah. So on
Okay.
the old one, I think they changed a couple things to where they weren't as many penalties. They
I
allowed
gotcha.
more hitting, different type of hittings back in the day. It lasted 1 year, and that was it.
Got shut down.
Now, he brought it back,
Okay.
and he made a smaller league. I think there's like, I don't want to say how many teams there are, but there's a lot smaller teams that they are.
Okay.
And they changed rules like on kickoff, punt return,
Yeah.
stuff like that. They changed
2-point
stuff up.
conversions, field goals, things like that.
Yeah. There's no more extra point after touchdown that you can.
They have to go for a 2-point conversion, don't
two.
they?
No, you
Two
can go
or
for
three.
a
Oh,
one,
yeah,
a
1,
two,
2, or
or three, just depending on what part
Like
of the
how far
away from
you're
the-
getting back.
end zone you are. So
That's crazy.
and it was really interesting, bro. Like a lot of people showed up for the home opener.
Uh-huh.
It was at the Globe Life Park,
Huh.
which is
Yeah.
Texas Rangers' old field now.
Yes. And they like redid the field, so it's not the baseball field anymore. They literally laid down a football
field. And this was the first time I go to a football field, bro. Like a live event. Yeah,
Really?
a live football event. And it surprised me how much smaller the football field was for me.
Yeah.
Because, seeing it on TV, seeing this grand scale of it, I always pictured it a lot bigger.
Right.
And when I went up there, I was like, oh,
It's kind
it
of
looks like a high school football field.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's exactly the same measurements. There's
Right.
nothing different. So I don't know, for whatever reason, it just looked bigger for me. So yeah, they took some seats out and moved them to another place
Yeah.
to adjust for the baseball field.
I saw the bleachers across
Yeah.
the field.
Yeah, and those were new. They took some out on one of the side of the end zones.
Yep.
And it's just a beautiful stadium, bro. That
It
stadium
was.
is still beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't tear it down or anything
For
like that.
sure.
They're still going to use it for soccer games, football games, stuff like that.
That's good.
Concerts
That's
and
good.
stuff. So, yeah. And I enjoyed myself, bro.
It was so much fun. Thank you for the invite, by
Of
the
course,
way. It was
bro.
so much fun. We went out, had a blast. And speaking of having a blast, there was a guy that was, they put people up on the screen that are, dancing or on the kiss cam or
Which
whatever.
I made it on the screen too. Remember my picture that I
Yes.
posted on social
Yes.
media?
So they were
Came
like
up on
showing
screen.
tweets
Yeah.
on the huge screen, and
Yeah.
Rupert took a picture
With my
of
son.
you and your son, and he
it came
tagged
up.
it or hashtagged it.
If I would have known, bro, I would have blasted Disamood Podcast on there, overlay the picture.
That'd have been sick.
But yeah, bro.
But yeah, they made it on the big screen. I was like, oh snap, there's Rupert.
Yeah. But the guy that you were talking about, I remember now.
So
bro.
I have a video. This guy was just out there, and he just looks like serious, right? Whenever he's on the camera, and he's like, "Oh yeah," just like this really like sexy, mysterious guy, right?
He owned it, bro.
Because
a lot of
just
people
started like dancing,
and his timing was really good because
Oh, it was
a lot of
immaculate.
people, they're looking at the field to find the camera, or
Yeah.
they're trying to find the jumbo board, and when they come up, they're like,
yeah, and
but
this
they're
dude-
not looking at the camera.
No.
They're looking at the screen, and they're like,
Yeah, they're just trying to make sure that it's their hands that they're waving. And this dude just like turned around and was just like,
looking. He knew where the camera was.
it was just like, just dancing, man. I
and
was
they
like,
kept going back to him
they
because of
did
that.
because he was like entertaining.
And everybody was cheering him on, and
They
he
were
was
like,
just did perfect. That's a guy who needs a YouTube channel.
I'm
there,
telling
dude.
you.
But yeah, the football field was great. It looked really. I can't remember if I think it's fake field.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Turf
like the
field.
turf. Yeah,
I think it was turf field, but we lost.
we did.
Of course, we did.
First game of the season, you got to lose.
Yeah. It was literally the second day of the whole XFL because the day before 2 teams played, I believe.
Okay.
And this was a home opener for our team, but the second day of the XFL playing.
Nice.
And, I've been keeping up with it, watching highlights and stuff. And it looks like it's doing way better than the old XFL.
Well, and it's not as raunchy. I mean, there wasn't like girls that were, exposing themselves or anything like that. But it was nice. I mean, it was really good. It was like a really nice football game that you got a chance to go to. So,
and we got one of the top head coaches in this league, which is Bob Stoops, who was a great college football coach.
Nice.
And he's pretty well known compared to the other head coaches that are in this league.
Right.
We're 2-2 right now, 2 wins, 2 losses. It says here we're second place in the West. So hopefully the Dallas Renegades can get the playoffs and win that championship.
Let's go, Renegades.
You know what surprised me?
What?
There was a video posted yesterday for the Renegades where Dak Prescott gifted Beats by Dre headset, nice fancy ones, to the whole team, everybody, all the players, and they came in and they were all cheering for headphones.
That's awesome! Shout out Dak. Man.
Yeah, what surprised me is how much of the NFL has been part of this. Like, there's been players from the NFL come to XFL games and talk on camera.
That's pretty cool.
They're standing on the sideline.
I wonder if that's going to be the next up and coming,
league.
Yeah.
Because
crazy if it is.
I mean, even the tweets. There's NFL teams tweeting the Dallas Renegades, like baseball teams, our local baseball team tweeting our local XFL team.
That's
There's
awesome.
a lot of interactions. I thought it was going to be more of XFL. Oh no, let's not mention them. Let's not talk about them.
Yeah, like they're not good enough for us.
But McMahon has been doing a good job apparently talking to the other leagues. Like, hey, let's work together. Let's grow each other.
That's awesome.
So,
and they ended up giving us some awesome Renegades bandanas.
Oh
that
yeah,
went
bro!
Around.
I like how they came out too, dude. With the bikes, they had some Harleys.
That was sick.
Some nice loud motorcycle, and let's ride. And they came out.
Sick.
Everybody had their bandanas, and I think we got a really cool team.
I think we do.
Best teams we have, look wise, and hopefully, record wise, we can make it to the championship and
for sure
some things, but. Guys, looks like we're just about to hit an hour of podcast, and we got so much more to talk about. Quick, I met one of my favorite actors. He was such a great dude. I've interviewed him. We'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit more of the flu and how hard it hit me, bro. Because I got some stuff to talk about the flu. It was the worst ever.
It's bad.
And then I flew to Nevada. I mentioned that to you.
Yes.
I got nosebleeds. I'll tell you guys why on the next episode.
Stay tuned.
And I gambled for the first time.
What?
Bro. I gambled for the first time. And if you're not following me on social media, you wouldn't know that. But if you were, I posted stories about me doing the gambling.
Mexican Rupert at Mexican Rupert on all social medias. Guys, go follow him. Yes. He posts some amazing stories.
Yeah, all we're talking about here, you can see the behind the scenes. You can see actual pictures and videos on both of our social media.
Yes.
So, yeah, check us out there, guys. Thank you so much for coming back. It's been a long time, but we're sticking. We're going back twice a week. This week, it'll just be one because we're just getting back.
Got to get our feet back on the ground.
So it's going to be a really good, long episode. But we got so much more to talk about. And guys, if you have any topics, anything you want us to talk about, tweet us, send us a message on social media. If you're watching on YouTube, go to my YouTube, leave a comment down below. Let us know you have questions about chasing dreams, about how can I start working in this industry? How can I start working with these people?
How can I pursue my dreams? How can I be the best version of me that I can possibly be? And we're here for you guys. Like I said, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, do it right now. Stop what you're doing. Hit subscribe, follow, give us a like, and leave a comment down below. I know it's a lot, but trust me, we want to be a part of y'all's lives just as much as we want you guys to be a part of ours.
Yeah, and we're always giving out stuff at our social media. We got a lot of, if you're local in Dallas, we're giving away movie screening tickets.
Yes.
A lot of cool DVDs for movies that we're giving on social media. So make sure you're following us there. Bro, it's good to be back. I'm glad to see you here.
Until the next time.
I'm glad you're healthy. We love you guys. Stay tuned. This is a mood. And we'll see you.
This is a mood, baby. Let's go. Until next time, guys.
Peace.
All right, cool.
I still hate you.
Alright, what the heck was my wife saying, dude? I'm
made?
getting pissed. They went to another accident. Said they guessed there were two, and they didn't even know about ours.
I wonder if their accident caused another accident in the back.
Oh, snap.
And that's the one they went to.
Dang it.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, so it's because whenever you tell them it's not an emergency, they take their time.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when like a house breaks in, if you tell them it's not an emergency, everything is okay, but we want you out here, they'll take their time.
That's ridiculous.
Somebody has to be hurt for them to actually rush out.
I would have walked out limping.
My neck hurts.
My neck, my back. Oh, gosh.
File.
I need an ambulance.
Save. Before I do anything else. Save.
This was the ship I was going to use for that holy ship.
Oh, that's a cool looking ship.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something similar. Actually, tell me, this one, or this one?
I like that one.
That one?
Yeah. It's my vote.
Because initially it was something like one of these right here.
Yeah, I prefer the other one.
Yeah.
Personally. Well, I like the boat. Like everything around it.
Yeah.
It's fine changing, but which I still don't mind. But the boat, I like that.
Next time I can bring these.
Yeah, bro, that'd be really cool. Try those out.